A Sauk County teen has been missing for over 2 weeks now, why his family says they are taking search efforts into their own hands. And downtown Madison residents are now displaced after a suspected drunk driver crashes into their home. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. It's been about 2 weeks since 13-year-old James Yablonsky was first reported missing in Sauk County, and his family says they're not ready to give up the search. Yesterday, dozens joined them at Devil's Lake State Park to look for the teen. Yablonsky is believed to be living off the grid as a survivalist. The search comes after the Sauk County Sheriff's Department said they were shifting their focus to more targeted efforts.
He could be anywhere, he could be hurt, he could, anything. So your mind just kind of jumps from one scenario to another. Just hope we find some evidence or some, closure to this whole thing.
The sheriff's office had previously asked the public not to search out of fear that they would push Yablonsky into unfamiliar territory or that someone could get hurt in the process. The teen's father said they can't stop us and he just wants to see James home again. Badger wide receiver Marcus Allen made his initial appearance at a Dane County court this morning. Allen was arrested in April after police allegedly found a stolen gun in his bag during the Mifflin Street block party. He had not officially been charged in the incident. Last week, Allen announced that he is leaving the Badger program and entering the transfer portal. New at noon, people living in a downtown Madison home are now displaced after a suspected drunk driver crashed into their porch. The crash happened just before 1 on South Blair Street on Sunday. Fire crews say the home's porch and support columns for a second-floor balcony were damaged. No one was injured in the crash. Police say the suspect tried leaving the scene but was arrested. He's facing tentative charges, including a fourth offense OWI. Well, the new week is starting with severe weather in the south central U.S. and the mid-Atlantic. While some parts of the country have extreme heat, others are dealing with possible tornadoes, heavy rains, and flash flooding. More than 50 million people from Arizona to Louisiana are coping with oppressive temperatures, some getting 100 degrees or higher. That's according to the Weather Prediction Center. Forecasters say the higher than usual temperatures will likely spread to the Mississippi Valley and continue through the 4th of July holiday. Cooling centers have been set up in some areas of Texas to try and keep residents as safe as possible.
We have launched our Beat the Heat campaign and making sure that people know the resources that are available if they need to get into a cool place. Libraries and community centers, senior centers are all open, and encouraging folks obviously to be advised about the signs of heat-related illness.
The southern storms left more than 725,000 customers in the dark as of Sunday night. That's according to the poweroutage.us. President Biden and U.S. allies are watching Russia very closely after mercenary troops initially fighting for the country revolted. The mercenaries marched within 120 miles of Moscow before both sides called a truce. Analysts see the unrest as an unprecedented challenge to Russian President Vladimir Putin's 23-year reign. Tensions have been growing for months between the leader of the Wagner Group and Russian defense officials. Meanwhile, Ukrainian soldiers took advantage of the chaos in Russia to go on the attack, clearing Russian trenches near the town of Bakhmut. It's part of a major counteroffensive operation aimed at driving Russian troops out of Ukraine. The Supreme Court is entering its final week of the term, and all eyes are on the justices who are set to release decisions on a total of 10 cases. Some include an affirmative action case where the court is considering whether schools can continue to take race into consideration in the admission process. Another case looks at whether businesses can deny services to LGBTQ customers. The justices are also looking at election laws and could give state lawmakers unchecked power over federal elections. And then the long-awaited decision on President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness program. Well, you only have a few more days to vote for your favorite Madison business, person, things to do, and much more. Head to channel3000.com and look for this story on our homepage. Then scroll down to the bottom of the article and you can check on each category to vote. All you need is a valid email address to register and make sure your votes are counted. Don't forget, you can only vote once per category. Voting wraps up on Friday. Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. U.S. safety auto regulators open an investigation into Ford vehicles, plus why millions of bath toys are under a recall. That's coming up in the Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. At USA Insulation, we fix hot homes. Over 7 out of 10 homes are poorly insulated. Is yours? Here are some of the signs. Is your house too cold in the winter? Is it too hot in the summer? Does your furnace and AC run almost non-stop? Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Are your energy bills too high? You don't need a new home. You need better insulation. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
In 2023, iCare Medicare plan members receive $150 a month total for food, OTC products, and more when using the spending account card, plus dental and vision coverage. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This July 4th is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Over the weekend, U.S. safety auto regulators opened an investigation into Ford vehicles that could roll away even while placed in park. Last year, Ford recalled nearly 300,000 Explorer SUVs and added a software update to fix the glitch. But the government says it has received complaints even after the recall-related repairs, including from one driver who struck a utility pole. More than 7 million Robo-Alive Junior Baby Shark Sing and Swim bath toys have been recalled. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says the toys' hard plastic fins create a risk of impalement, laceration, and puncture injuries. There have been at least a dozen reports of children falling or sitting on the regular-sized toys that have resulted in injuries. Parents who have the recalled toys can contact the manufacturer for a refund. And singer and businesswoman Rihanna is stepping down as the head of the lingerie company she co-founded in 2018, Savage X Fenty. According to Vogue Business, she has appointed retail executive Hillary Super to take over as CEO as of today. Rihanna, whose net worth is estimated at over $1 billion, will remain as executive chair of the brand. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Olivia Gazis.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 21 points. The NASDAQ, though, down 127. The S&P 500 is off 8. Our call for action volunteers are in the building taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can call for action right now at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Coming up, Pam has today's egg prices at noon. And then today on Live Before, we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs in the all-electric, all-impressive Lucid Air. Wait for the launch mode.
Now's the time to think about warmer weather and replacing those old drafty windows. So call the experts at Mad City Windows, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler. Our new Eco Sky windows feature sky mirror technology to minimize air leaks and give your home an energy upgrade. And with Mad City's Price Lock Guarantee, lock your price in for 1 year. And now during Big Deal Day, save $1,500 on a house full of new windows. 0 down, 0 interest until 2026. Senior military discounts. Call during this program and receive a free $50 Amazon gift card with in-home estimate. Plus a bonus. The first 50 homeowners who call now receive a vacation voucher with purchase of new windows used for a condo, hotel stay, or a cruise. From Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-338-1616. That's 608-338-1616.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhoffels. Right now, save up to $900 on Beautyrest adjustable base sets. Beautyrest Queen mattresses start at only $399. And when you upgrade to a Beautyrest Black, you'll get $300 in Steinhoffels cash, plus a $100 MasterCard rewards card. Beautyrest Black Queen mattresses start at just $44 per month when you use Steinhoffels' special 72-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Fifth Quarter Bar and Grill for Best Sports Bar. Vote today for Fifth Quarter Bar and Grill and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show. Cheers to Chelsea Handler.
Jennifer Hudson has never had a sip of a cocktail. I don't know what your plan is.
And from The Last of Us is Nico Parker.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
Wednesday morning, we're live at the Capitol Square, gearing up to kick off the celebration of 40 years of concerts on the square. Plus, we'll introduce you to a performer who's been playing since day one. Join us on the square starting at 4:30 a.m.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. Not enough rain, at least around here.
Boy, you're exactly right. And that's all that my folks are talking about today, Mark. I've been getting rainfall reports from folks all across my network listening area. And like you said, it has just been pathetic. Fitchburg, for example, I've got Dan that said he only got about 1/10 of an inch. Alto, if you get up in that Waupun area, they got closer to 1/2 inch or better in some areas. 1/2 inch in Beaver Dam. Also, let's see if I got 3/10 of an inch in East Bristol. So there was a band that moved through on primarily Sunday, right around that Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, Waupun area where they got measurable rain. Also know that they got some measurable rain up towards northwest Wisconsin. My home farm up in far northeast Wisconsin picked up rain even into this morning, but it's not enough in many areas to really overcome the drought situation that we've been dealing with. And I'm not just hearing this in Wisconsin. I just got off the phone with a fella in Minnesota that said they too got missed by most of the rain that came through over the weekend. And we're getting to a critical point now as far as crop development, where that plant is definitely going to need much more rain than it's been given an opportunity to get over the past couple of weeks. So I know that our university extension staff are starting to amp up conversations about what's my backup plan. I know our crop insurance agents have also been visiting with a lot of farmers to make sure they understand what mechanisms are in place, when they might be able to start pulling some of the triggers on these crops. And we are seeing it reflected in the markets to a certain extent as well. This morning when I came in, and granted that was way early this morning, the wheat market, for example, was up substantially. Part of that is because wheat crop is the one that we're starting to harvest now, and it's just not performing farther south. Now, there's still some hope around Wisconsin, I think, for our winter wheat, but the quality of that crop has continued to deteriorate. This afternoon at about 3 o'clock Central Time, we'll get the latest crop progress report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and like I said, I expect that the quality on our crop is going to continue to go down. This gets to be a real issue, not just for the grain farmers, the crop farmers, but also for our dairy producers. Our Wisconsin dairy industry right now is facing a really bleak financial situation. During the month of, let's see, it would be May, our Wisconsin milk production went up about 1% compared to a year ago. Some of it was that we had a few more cows that were milking, but mostly it was that every one of those cows we had out there was producing more milk. Right now, our dairy producers are looking at milk prices that are not even going to allow them break even. So they are also talking with their lenders, talking with their insurance providers, talking with University Extension and anybody else that can give them advice on how to manage through this. It's happening across the United States. I just was looking at the number of states that have seen milk production go down and cow number go down. California is always where I train my eye first. They're down about 1% as far as May milk production was concerned, and they also were down as far as cow number. Florida taking a big dive, down almost 7% in their May milk production. Also seeing New Mexico continue migration of dairy animals that are going out of the state and milk production that's going down. So it's not just a Wisconsin phenomena, it's happening across many of our dairy states across the state. Now, that's also weather is on everybody's minds, including the folks that are getting ready to hold Wisconsin Farm Technology Days. Remember, I mentioned that this year we're going to what we call a neutral site. The show is going to be July 18th through the 20th at the Badger Steam and Gas Engine Club grounds. That's between Wisconsin Dells and Baraboo. Now, one of the good things about a neutral site is you don't have to worry so much about field demonstrations. This neutral site is going to have everything that Tent City has to offer. All the exhibitors are going to be there. You'll be in one place that also has established bathrooms, has established buildings, has established roads. So that is one of the benefits of a neutral site that exhibitors really look forward to. But again, like I said, for farmers that are kind of waiting to see field demonstrations, well, that's something you may not see this year.
All right.
Before I forget, more news on the dairy scene. Barrel cheese was down a nickel today, 40-pound block cheese down 4 1/4, and AA butter dropped 6. So we got to start paying attention to what's happening with our dairy industry.
Absolutely. All right, Pam, thank you. I'm going to put on my weather hat here, taking a look at the 10-day forecast. We do have several chances of rain from now until next Wednesday. You can see a chance of rain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Temperatures right around normal. We're supposed to be about 82 this time of year. Low temperatures in the 60s, so hopefully more rain is on the way. Well, June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, a time to raise awareness about the staggering number of people who suffer from dementia worldwide. Michael George speaks to a family who is supporting one another after the mom was diagnosed.
This is our daily calendar.
Beth Brunning starts every day with a chat with her son Sean about this calendar.
We put a little sticky note on each day.
You know what day it is.
If we start looking too far ahead,
I get anxious.
The family put this system in place 3 months ago.
We also put reminders in her phone.
When the 70-year-old retired nurse was diagnosed with dementia.
I will not sugarcoat it. There are hard days. But it's one day at a time. Just do the best that you can, and I do. I mean, I think I'm able to do most things right now. I don't know what's to come.
She's a great mother, great grandmother. She's always been there for me. So for me, it wasn't even a question of, helping her.
About 1 in 10 adults age 65 and older in the U.S. have dementia, such as Alzheimer's disease.
Trouble remembering, obviously, but they can also have trouble finding words. More difficulty multitasking can be a very early sign of a dementia.
Dr. Gayatri Devi is a neurologist with Northwell Health.
There's so many new drugs that are influencing the course of Alzheimer's disease. So the earlier the diagnosis, the better our ability to make a difference.
Beth is taking medication to try to slow the progression. She tries to stay positive and active.
I love to walk, so that's what I do. That's my therapy.
The family has also found resources and support from the group Caring Kind.
I'm so proud of her for really taking this head on and being able to speak about it. And hopefully people hear this message and they understand that there are
places to go to help you.
And they say their family has never been stronger. Michael George, CBS News.
It is estimated over 11 million Americans provide unpaid care for people with Alzheimer's and other dementias. That's according to the Alzheimer's Association. Well, Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen now, whipping up a summertime favorite that he says will melt in your mouth.
If you've had the great fortune of either visiting or growing up in part of the country where fresh clams are in abundance all summer long, lucky for you. For those of you who may not have had this opportunity, once you try these fresh steamed clams that we're making today, you'll know what all the hullabaloo is about. Here we have about 5 pounds of fresh little neck clams. Since they're small, they're great to steam and are super tender. After washing them to remove any sand, we set them aside to drain. Now, meanwhile, in a large pot, we saute some garlic and a bit of olive oil. When it's tender, we add some white wine. After it boils, which takes no time at all, we add our clams. Make sure to cover them so that they really steam. Then we'll add some butter and a bit of crushed red pepper, and we'll let them steam a bit more until they open up. All that's left to do is dump these in a large bowl, along with all that flavorful broth, and let everyone go to town. Maybe serve them up with some crusty garlic bread for Dunkin' and let the party begin. To get the taste of summer as soon as today, head over to our website and look for what we call garlic steamed clams. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an ocean fresh way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Ahead at noon, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here on a regular Monday visit, answering your plant and garden questions. The number to call, 608-270-9933. We'll get to your calls right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Change the entire look and feel of your home with new Eco Sky windows from Mad City Windows. Design your view, bay, bow, double hung, and sliders will custom fit any size opening in your home.
The slider, had I known it would be this bright and easy to slide back and forth, I would have done it in every bedroom.
And now during Big Deal Days, save $1,500 on a house full of new windows. 0 down, 0 interest until 2026. Senior military discounts. Call during this program and receive a free $50 Amazon gift card with estimate, plus a bonus. The first 50 homeowners who call now will receive a vacation voucher with purchase of new windows used for a condo, hotel stay, or a cruise. From Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-338-1616. That's 608-338-1616.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are! Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
Switch to Spectrum One and get internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-685-4999.
Imagine this. It's 1968, and the mayor of Milwaukee says nope to Summerfest. How many bands would you have never seen? And how many lakeside selfies just wouldn't exist? You'd never have met your new best friend while singing along to every song. Or know the feeling of hitting all 12 stages before the headliner. Thankfully, 55 years ago, Summerfest was a yes. And every year since has been one to remember. Don't miss Milwaukee Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance.
This 4th, we're throwing a 4 for the 4th celebration with lots of top-rated 4s to shop, like 4 of my best-selling playgroup sectionals. Keep it fun and functional on my playbook, only $9.99. Or go with my highly rated Playscape for only $12.99. Don't forget my playroom, also $12.99. Stretch out in style on my 4-piece playground, only $24.99. With financing options to fit your budget. You guessed it, 4 plans to choose from. Join the 4 for the 4th celebration at Bob's. It's gonna be lit.
Lisa Briggs with the Bruce Company is here, answering your plant and garden questions. Number to call, 608-270-9933. What'd you bring along today?
I brought some coneflowers. Last week was National Pollinator Week. There's been a lot of talk about pollinators. And so they're generally, people like to use native plants. They're sort of set up to attract the native pollinators. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about nativars, which are cultivars of natives. And so what you want to be careful with is you want to make sure that the form of the plant or of the flower is similar to the form of the native. So there are a lot of coneflowers that are double and really shaggy. Those are not going to be good pollinating plants. But this has got a flat disc, a lot like one of our native coneflowers, of which we have at least 2. And so although they might not be as nutritious as the native, this is still going to give you some benefit for your pollinators.
Help out the pollinators.
Absolutely.
Do some great work.
Yes.
All right, let's go to the phones. We'll start with Dorothy from Madison. Hi, Dorothy. What's your question?
Hi, I have some boxwood bushes that are getting kind of overgrown. I'm wondering what's the best time of year to trim those back?
Right about now, Dorothy, what you want to do is when you look at evergreen plants, they're going to have some really sort of soft, bright green growth when they first come on, and when that starts to darken and harden, that's when you're going to prune. That's usually around the end of June, early July. Just don't pierce the green layer. So don't go, don't take them so far back that you get into just where it's bare on the inside, because with most evergreens, that is not going to rebud. So you can give them a trim right now. Now's a great time.
Okay, great. Let's go to Diane in Mount Horeb. Hi, Diane.
Hi.
Hi, what's your question?
I have peonies, and they've just turned terrible looking. And I'm wondering if I can trim them back yet.
So with peonies, what you want to do is take out the flowers, of course, as soon as they're done and not have them waste energy going to seed. So just cut the flower stems back. What we might be seeing on peonies this year, even though it's really dry, it's also been kind of humid, so we've been seeing a lot of powdery mildew. You don't want to cut them all the way back because you do want them to have some energy production for next year for blooming time. If you've got some branches that are really bad, maybe they've got black stops, black on the stems or something, you can take those back. But parts of the plant that look healthy, you should definitely leave. And if you've got fungal issues, then I would go ahead and treat for those.
Okay. Let's go to Cheryl now in Janesville. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, I got a lilac tree that it's bloomed, but last year and even this year I didn't get as many on them.
Okay.
Should I cut all the lilacs off?
Well,
after they're bloomed?
It does help a little bit, but if you notice, there are a lot of those lilac trees on boulevards and used as street trees, and nobody's really pruning those flowers off. What I would do, Cheryl, is be careful that you are not fertilizing your tree or fertilizing the lawn. Lilacs do respond to fertilization, a lot of extra nitrogen, by doing a lot of green growth at the expense of flowers. So I would definitely, if you do a lot of lawn fertilizing, maybe keep that away from the root zone of the lilac. Also, you want to make sure that it has full sun. That will help boost your flower production for next year.
Okay, one more call. Randy from Madison. Hi, Randy.
Hi there. How are you doing this afternoon?
Good. What's your question?
I got a clematis that isn't quite blooming or growing as it should be. It's not getting enough sun exposure. I was looking at an ivy and what kind of ivy would be good for that situation because they need less sun. I'm on the idea.
They do need less sun, although ivy is not a twining vine like a clematis. It is a sticking vine, so it needs quite a heavy structure to hold it. I would maybe look at another clematis called autumn clematis. It has a white flower at the end of the summer, and it's a little better able to handle less sun, or honeysuckle vine will also work.
All right, if you're on the line, stay there. Lisa will talk to you off the air. One quick check of the weather. You want to do this with me?
Sure.
Showers on and off? No, we're not going to look at that.
Never mind. It's going to be hot at the end of the week.